here's why everyone is moving to the Woodlands, Texas in 2026. And here's why it might or might not be right for you. If you've been thinking about moving to the Woodlands, Texas, you are definitely not alone. Over the past several years, I've worked with people relocating here from all over the country, from California, Illinois, Colorado, New York, Florida, and just about everywhere in between. Almost every week, I receive calls from families, retirees, and professionals asking the same question: what's so special about the Woodlands? After living here for more than 20 years and helping hundreds of buyers and sellers, I can tell you there isn't just one answer. It's a combination of things that makes the Woodlands unique. Things like beautiful neighborhoods, excellent schools, miles of hiking and biking trails, major employers just minutes away, and outstanding health care, shopping, dining, entertainment, and all of it wrapped into a community that somehow feels connected to nature. But here's the important part. The Woodlands isn't perfect. There are a few things that surprise people after they move here, and by the end of this video, I'm going to share those as well, because if you're thinking about relocating, I want you to know both the advantages and the trade-offs. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm Cheryl Vecchio with the Vecchio Group at eXp Realty. My husband Frank and I help people relocate to the Woodlands and surrounding communities every week. If that's something you're considering, all of our contact information is in the description below. Now, let's talk about why so many people are choosing to call the Woodlands home in 2026. Here's the first reason. It doesn't feel like a typical suburb. One of the first things people notice is that the Woodlands simply feels different. If you've driven through newer subdivisions where every street looks the same and every home is packed tightly together, you'll notice the contrast almost immediately. The Woodlands was master planned from the very beginning with the idea that nature should come first. Instead of clearing every tree before building homes, the developers worked around the existing forest wherever possible. That's why you'll see towering pine trees, winding roads, lakes, green belts, and parks throughout the community. It's also why people often describe living here as feeling like they're on vacation. In fact, the Woodlands is a destination. Even routine errands become more enjoyable when your drive takes you through mature trees instead of endless concrete. For many families moving from larger metropolitan areas, the slower pace is exactly what they've been searching for. Now, the second reason is the trail system changes how people live. One feature that surprises nearly every newcomer is the incredible trail system. The Woodlands has more than 220 miles of hike and bike trails, connecting neighborhoods, parks, schools, shopping, and community amenities. That means residents can walk or bike instead of getting into the car in many cases. Kids ride bikes to schools. In some neighborhoods, you can walk to restaurants. Families spend evenings exploring the trails. Morning walks become a part of everyday life here. It's one of those amenities that doesn't always stand out when you're searching online. But after living here for a while, many residents say it's one of their favorite parts of the community. It's a lifestyle difference, not just a neighborhood feature. Now, reason number 3 is you can work here without commuting to Houston. One of the biggest misconceptions I hear is that everyone living in the Woodlands commutes into Houston every day. That certainly used to be more common years ago, but today that's no longer true for many residents. The Woodlands has developed into one of the largest employment centers in the Houston region. Major companies in energy, healthcare, engineering, finance, technology, and professional services have offices right here. The healthcare industry alone has grown tremendously, with hospitals, specialty clinics, research facilities, and medical offices employing thousands of professionals. Many residents work only a few minutes from home. Others work remotely and appreciate having a beautiful community to enjoy during the day instead of sitting in traffic. And yes, Houston is still easily accessible. Depending on where you're headed, downtown Houston is typically around 35 to 45 miles away, giving residents access to professional sports, museums, theaters, concerts, international dining, and one of the largest medical centers in the world. One of the reasons people jokingly refer to the Woodlands as the bubble is because you truly can meet most of your daily needs without ever leaving the Woodlands. Need groceries? Several options are just minutes away. In fact, every village has an anchor shopping center with a grocery store. Want great restaurants? You'll have hundreds, literally hundreds to choose from. Need medical care? You'll find nationally recognized healthcare providers close to home. Want entertainment? Oh, concerts at the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion, shopping at Market Street, and dining along the waterway are all nearby. Many residents only leave the bubble when they want to, not because they have to. So far, we've talked about the beautiful setting, the incredible trail system, and why so many people can actually work right here instead of commuting to Houston. But coming up next, we're going to discuss what many families consider the #1 reason why they have chosen the Woodlands, and that is its schools. So reason number 4 is excellent schools here are a huge draw. And if you ask families with children why they chose the Woodlands, one answer comes up over and over again: the schools. One of the unique things about the Woodlands is that it's served by more than one school district. Most of the Woodlands is within the Conroe Independent School District. But while Creekside Park is zoned to Tomball Independent School District, and a portion of Sterling Ridge is zoned to Magnolia Independent School District, all 3 districts are well regarded. And one of the reasons families appreciate living here is the wide variety of educational opportunities. And we haven't even talked about private education that's available here. You'll find highly rated neighborhood schools, magnet programs, career and technical education, fine arts, athletics, and advanced placement courses. Now, another thing I hear from relocating families is how much they appreciate that many schools are located right inside the neighborhoods that they serve. In some villages, children can walk or bike to school using the community's extensive trail system rather than crossing major streets to get to school. And here we are at reason number 5, and that is our health care is second to none. Another reason people are moving here, especially professionals and retirees, is the outstanding healthcare system. The Woodlands has become one of the premier medical hubs in the Houston area. Within just a few miles, you'll find specialty physicians, cancer treatment centers, orthopedic surgeons, cardiovascular specialists, imaging centers, and urgent care facilities. Some people call us the Texas Medical Center's Annex. That means many residents can receive exceptional medical care without driving into the Texas Medical Center in Houston. Now, don't get me wrong, the Texas Medical Center is still one of the finest healthcare destinations in the world, and it's easily accessible with specialized care as needed. But for everyday health care, annual checkups, outpatient procedures, and many special services, people are pleasantly surprised by just how much is available right here in the Woodlands. For retirees especially, having quality health care close to home provides a tremendous peace of mind living here. And that brings us to reason number 6. There's always something to do. One concern many people have before they move here is whether they'll have enough to do. The answer is almost always yes. The Woodlands isn't just a collection of neighborhoods, it is a true community. Throughout the year, you'll find concerts, farmers markets, holiday celebrations, charity events, festivals, outdoor movie nights, art shows, races, and all kinds of community gatherings. One of the area's biggest attractions is the Cynthia Woods Mitchell Pavilion, where nationally known artists perform throughout the year. It's one of the top outdoor concert venues in the country, and having it right here in your own backyard is something many residents absolutely love. And then there's the Woodlands Waterway, Market Street, and Hughes Landing, which create like a city center here in the Woodlands, where there are free concerts weekly in the spring and the fall, and many local restaurants and coffee shops that make it easy to enjoy an evening without driving far. Now, whether you're looking for a date night or a family activity or relaxing weekend brunch, there are so many options here. This brings us to reason number 7, which is a twin sister to reason number 6, and that's an active lifestyle comes naturally here. One thing I've noticed over the years is that people who move here often become more active without even planning to. Maybe it's because the trails are so inviting, maybe it's because the parks are beautiful and there's an abundance of them, or maybe it's simply because spending time outdoors is enjoyable for much of the year. Whatever the reason, it's common to see people walking their dogs, jogging, cycling, kayaking on Lake Woodlands, playing tennis or pickleball or golf, or enjoying one of the many neighborhood parks. If you're someone who values an active lifestyle, this community makes it easy to build those habits into your everyday routine. And that's in part because the community feels connected. And that's reason number 8, people love living here. One thing that's harder to measure but easy to feel is the sense of community here in the Woodlands. Many neighborhoods host seasonal events, food truck nights, holiday celebrations, and community gatherings that help neighborhoods get to know one another. There are countless clubs and organizations covering just about every interest imaginable. You could enjoy golf, pickleball, a running club, photography club, a gardening club. There are so many book clubs in the area and an abundance of volunteer organizations, so many church groups, business networking groups. I mean, we have one of the largest and most active cycling groups in America. So if you're willing to get involved, it's surprisingly easy to meet people. For families moving from out of state, that's often one of the biggest concerns. Starting over in a new community, the Woodlands tends to make that transition easier than many places. And we're coming in at reason number 9, that retirees are discovering the Woodlands. Something I've noticed over the past several years is that retirees are increasingly choosing the Woodlands, not because it's a traditional retirement community, but because it offers something even better. Many retirees tell me they don't want to live somewhere that feels age restricted. They want to be around families. They want restaurants, concerts, walking trails, healthcare, volunteer opportunities, and golf, and travel convenience. And maybe most importantly, they want to stay close to their children and grandchildren. The Woodlands checks a lot of those boxes. For those that prefer an age-restricted community, there are several excellent 55-plus neighborhoods nearby and within the Woodlands. But many retirees choose traditional neighborhoods because they enjoy the energy that comes from living in a multi-generational community. Let's talk about the bubble. Earlier, I mentioned that people refer to the Woodlands as the bubble. If you live here long enough, you'll understand why. You can grocery shop, dine out, attend a concert, visit your doctor, go to work, exercise, enjoy nature, and special time with friends, all without leaving the Woodlands. For many residents, that's one of the biggest advantages. But let's talk about the other side of the story. By now you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but what's the catch? The biggest consideration for many buyers is the cost. There's no question that living in the Woodlands typically costs more than many surrounding communities. Home prices are often higher than you'll find in nearby areas like Conroe or Magnolia or parts of Spring. So the real question isn't whether the Woodlands is expensive. The better question is whether it provides enough value for what you're paying. For many people, the answer is yes. When you add together the parks, the trails, the schools, the community amenities, the healthcare, the shopping, the dining, and the overall quality of life, many residents feel they're getting far more than just a house. They're investing in a lifestyle. Now, of course, everyone's different and has different priorities. If having the largest possible home for your money is your primary goal, another nearby community might be a better fit. But if you're looking for convenience, beauty, surroundings, and community that's been thoughtfully designed, many buyers find the Woodlands well worth the investment. Now, let's talk about a few things that don't always make it to the glossy brochures. First, traffic. Even though the Woodlands is much easier to navigate than many large cities, traffic during rush hour can definitely build up, especially near Interstate 45, major shopping areas, and around school dismissal time. Second, some of the villages are now mature communities. Personally, I think that's one of their greatest strengths. I love the towering trees, established landscaping, and unique character of many of the neighborhoods. But older homes can also mean that roofs, HVAC systems, windows, plumbing, and other major components may eventually need updating. And then there's the interior of the home that many people coming into the Woodlands, they love the community, but they really feel that our homes are dated and need to invest money into their home to update it. Now, the good news is that many of those homes have already been beautifully renovated, giving buyers the best of both worlds, established neighborhoods with modern interiors. Another consideration is nightlife. If you're looking for a city with clubs open until 2 in the morning, party down, the Woodlands probably isn't that place. You'll find great restaurants, wine bars, live music, breweries, and plenty of entertainment, but the atmosphere is much more relaxed and family-oriented than downtown Houston. And finally, because the Woodlands is so desirable, homes in the most popular neighborhoods or homes that have been highly updated often sell quickly. And if you're relocating from another state, it's important to be prepared and have a plan before you begin your home search. After helping people move here for years, I've noticed a pattern. The Woodlands is an excellent fit for people who enjoy an active lifestyle, appreciate nature, value excellent health care, want convenient shopping and dining, and like living in a community where everything feels connected. It is wonderful for families, and it's wonderful for professionals, and it's becoming increasingly popular with retirees who want to stay active and engaged instead of slowing down. Now, if you enjoy walking your dog in the evening, riding bikes with your kids, attending an outdoor concert, meeting friends for dinner, or simply relaxing under a beautiful pine tree, there's a good chance you'll love living here. Now, here's something you don't hear every real estate agent say. The Woodlands isn't a perfect fit for everyone. If your number one priority is getting the largest home possible for your budget, you may want to explore communities like Conroe, Magnolia, Montgomery, or several of the newer master plan developments nearby. If you're looking for acreage or more rural life, there are some fantastic options just outside the Woodlands that offer more land and a quieter setting. And if your daily commute takes you to another part of the Houston area, there may be neighborhoods that make more sense based on where you'll be working. My goal here isn't to convince you that the Woodlands is the best place for everyone. The goal is to help you find the community that best fits your lifestyle. Sometimes that's the Woodlands, and sometimes it's somewhere nearby. Either way, that's a successful outcome. So why are so many people moving to the Woodlands in 2026? It's not because of one amazing feature, it's because everything works together. Beautiful trees, the miles of trails, the outstanding health care, the schools, the restaurants, the concerts, and the fantastic employment opportunities. Then there's the parks and the shopping and the sense of community and the convenience. And perhaps most importantly, the quality of life. People aren't just moving here for a different address. They're moving here because they want a different way of living. As someone who calls the Woodlands home for more than 2 decades, I can honestly say that I still appreciate those things every single day. Is it perfect? No community is, but for many people, it's exactly what they've been looking for. If you're thinking about relocating to the Woodlands or anywhere in the surrounding area, I would love to help you make an informed decision. My husband Frank and I work with people relocating here from all over the country, and one of the things we enjoy most is helping clients compare communities so they find the one that truly fits their lifestyle. Also, if you're moving here to or from another city or state, we run an expert vetted agent referral program. These are killer real estate agents who we would send our own family to. In fact, we have. We work on a referral, not pressure basis, so we are here to help you. Now, if you have any questions about neighborhoods, schools, commuting, home prices, or even whether the Woodlands is the right fit for you, feel free to reach out. Our contact information is in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you'd give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment letting me know where you're moving from, or if you're already here, what you love most about living in the Woodlands. I read every comment, and your questions often inspire future videos. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today. Until next time, I'm Cheryl Vecchio with the Vecchio Group at eXp Realty, and we are showing you the way home here in the Woodlands.